Hello, my name is Troy Allen Galat. Welcome to Trigger Time TV. All right, guys, in this episode, Tatiana Whitlock talks about life hacks and how it deals with concealed carry.
Hi folks, I'm Tatiana Whitlock with Trigger Time TV, and we're here today at White Feather Precision Shooting Center in Ardmore, Tennessee. We're going to take a look at some concealed carry life hacks that will make it easier for you to carry the gun you want to carry, not just because it's small or too big or whatever, but give you the tools to be able to carry the gun that you spend the most time training with and the one you're committed to. Now, if you're committed to a tiny, tiny, itty-bitty gun, you've got a lot of wardrobe options. If you'd like to carry a larger firearm, there's some things to consider to make that successful. Now, ladies, those who dress like ladies, let's face it, we're told that it's a really, really hard thing to do to carry concealed, when actually we've got more options than the guys do. We have a million fashion trends at our disposal. We can change with the seasons. We've got more colors, textures, fits than the boys. So let's work with what we've got here. We're already the masters of camouflage. We know how to dress, to conceal, to hide the lumps and bumps we don't want people to take a look at. So let's think about how we can incorporate the gun into that logic and make it successful. So if you're working with a low-rise pant, that's going to limit you somewhat. What you've got to work with essentially is from the pocket to the gusset of the crotch and straight up. That's the geometry you have. That's not going to fit a full-size 1911, but it will fit a smaller frame gun. Now keep in mind that where the gun sits, you have to establish a master firing grip at the holster, so you can't bury the gun inside your pants. It's also going to be very uncomfortable. Moving on up in scale, if you want to carry a mid-size gun, you've got a similar amount of space, but a little bit more muzzle length that you can accommodate comfortably. The diagonal line here represents the natural fold of your body when you sit down and move around. So if you can squat and drive and bend down and pick up your kids comfortably, you can accommodate a bigger gun. And what that means is pretty much going from a low-rise pant to a mid-rise pant. Now, if you're somebody who shoots a full-size 1911, a Glock 19 or a Glock 17, how do you pull that off in the most demanding carry position, which is of course appendix, comfortably? This is where you're going to have to be okay with going and buying granny pants. Those high-rise jeans of the 80s, go back to them, because let's face it, no one's going to see this or know, because again, it's concealed. So with a high-rise pant, you get a lot of material to work with and you can accommodate a much bigger gun. So once you have the base garment and the gun matching, talk about holsters. Of course, you need to make sure the holster itself is going to completely capture the trigger guard so that nothing, no finger, no little garment can go in there and find its way in that trigger area, completely taboo. If you're somebody that likes a sweat guard, that's totally appropriate. Again, it's a personal preference, lots of options there. And you want a holster that's going to bias the gun flat against your body. Believe it or not, smaller frame guns are sometimes harder because they force out. A larger, longer muzzle will force the gun flatter and tighter against your body, also making it a more successful carry option. Beyond that, you have to choose the right belt. Lots of options here. If buckles aren't your thing, slightly competition nod to a belt. This is a free flight belt, all Velcro, no hard buckles. Traditional buckled belts, you've got a bajillion options out there. G-Code makes a ton of fantastic ones. The key here is if you're carrying on your right, bump the buckle to the left, vice versa, left to right. Be 10% smarter than your gear. You can bump it, move it over to accommodate and round out your torso so it's not printing and you don't feel imbalanced or like you've got a tumor on one side or the other. Round out that middle. Beyond that, there are things that you can do to gain comfort, wearing base layers or compression gear. Guys, this works great for you too. Compression tops or compression garments that go right around the middle. So you have a lot of things that you can work with, some simple tricks. Just dress appropriately for the gun you want to use to save your life. Train in the context of your life for the fight of your life.
Trigger Time TV is brought to you by White Feather Precision Shooting, Glock, G-Code Holsters, Bravo Company Manufacturing, Bravo Company USA, Silencer Co., Innovative Gunfighter Solutions, Kinetic Development Group, Nighthawk Custom, Brute Force Training, Longtail Outfitters, Flint River Armory, Zero Tolerance Knives, and ammunition provided by Precision Delta.